We are ready to go this Sunday morning with a roundtable, and joining us this morning are the great political analyst Marianne Marsh and the great political analyst Rob Gray. It's great to see you guys. Rob, let me start with you. The chair sat in the chair and said no new taxes or fees in the new budget. Could we see some pushback from the governor on that?
Well, listen, I'm not going to give the legislature a high five for no taxes because the governor's budget increase is 7.4%. And they're not far behind. So, the governor may push back, but the point is that budget growth is huge in Massachusetts. In 2012, our budget was $30 billion. Now it's $62 billion. Has anybody's family budget doubled in 13 years? I don't think so.
Marianne?
Well, Aaron went through a litany of fees and things that they are not going to do, and he listed them. There are more still. I mean, Maura Healey has a couple additional ones in there, whether it's, letting municipalities, giving them the option to raise fees on meals or lodging, the infamous now candy exemption to do that. So there's the whole theme of everybody for right now is affordability, and that was a problem before Donald Trump went on a suicide mission with our economy. So during these budget cuts, you're going to see there's going to be some real headbutting on all those issues.
All right. President Trump's tariff policy sent financial markets on a wild ride. His decision to pull back brought things back from the brink, but uncertainty still remains high. So what's the plus minus here? Is this helping him? Is this hurting him? Marianne, what do you think?
It is hurting him and hurting him badly, and even Republicans are turning against him. You see it in the polling, you see it in their actions. He is playing games with our economy, and not just us, but the world. So you're finally starting to see cracks on the Republican side. The fact is, though, Congress needs to regain its power on tariffs and stop him. And it's Democrats and Republicans, because he is lighting a fire to our country, and unless they stop him now, there's not going to be anything left. And it's on both parties of Congress to do this. There's not time to waste. He's already cost us $10 trillion this past week alone.
Rob, are there cracks starting to show?
I agree it's killing Trump. 53% of voters now disapprove of his handling of the economy. And I think even more swing voters. You look at farmers. Farmers are the swing voters, among the biggest swing voter group in the U.S. This is killing farmers. So this roller coaster that we're on is not good for Trump. It's not good for Republicans politically.
He inherited the best economy on earth coming out of COVID, and that was just 6 months ago. And in less than 80 days, he's killed our economy.
Well, let's not get carried away. I mean, the Biden inflation is what elected Trump in the first place. People elected Trump because they thought he could manage the economy. Now he's potentially wrecking the economy. But let's not say that Biden was good on the economy.
He brought the economy back from COVID, and the one that Trump tanked us in. And once again, he inherited yet again a great economy, and he's killing it again.
I don't want to stop it.
We're pausing to watch.
Let's move on to the next one.
We could go for a long time.
We could. That's why. Former New Hampshire Governor Chris Sununu, next item, will not run for the U.S. Senate. So now Granite State Republicans turn their lonely eyes, I won't sing it, to Scott Brown, who might sing it. The Bay State transplant fell short against Jeanne Shaheen back in 2014. Rob, does he have a better shot this time around?
So Scott Brown's gone from a long shot to a favorite in the primary, but the race itself has gone from a coin toss to a long shot for Republicans now that Sununu's out.
Rob's 100% right, because he's so close to Trump. Trump has never won a general election in New Hampshire. Scott Brown's never won a general election in New Hampshire. Trump will drag him down if he's the nominee.
All right. Boston City Councilor Tanya Fernandez Anderson decided to plea with the feds and on corruption charges and could face prison time. Now, when I tried to talk to her about it last week, she looked for other options in the press corps.
Oh, Channel 5. Can we go to I think we should go to my office.
Sure. Why won't you talk to me?
Channel 5, no comments for you? Thank you.
We'd really appreciate to get your side of the story out there.
Yeah, I appreciate you. Thank you.
All right, handpicking reporters. She says she'll resign, just not exactly when. So what will it take to keep this council from constantly spiraling into chaos, Marianne?
Well, you also interviewed Secretary of State Bill Galvin, and I think he's got the right idea here.
On the special election.
Whenever she resigns, let the people who want to run for that seat compete with all the other city councilors in the fall election, and when that election is over, then swear in the person who replaced her in November rather than waiting in January. That's the way to do it.
So candidates don't have to run twice for 2 races, weeks apart. What do you think, Rob?
Listen, Marianne condemns, and even I condemn, the Trump administration for being this like crazy drama in terms of what's going on in Washington. The Boston City Council is a micro version of that. It's been a disaster for years. I mean, you see that interview and you're like, how did this person even get elected?
All right, we continue on the record. Stay with us.